Hello world, hello world. Yes, Diddy's shocking faith. Well, Diddy trial ends in a shocking verdict. Believe it or not, he was found guilty of two sex to engage in prostitution charges against Cassie and Mia, with the individual who used a pseudonym, Mia will say. However, as you can see, Sean Combs was clearly shocked. They stated that he prayed and prayed and prayed and fell to his knees. However, public opinion seems to err on the side of guilty. However, again, justice was blind and impartiality seems to have prevailed. Would you agree with the public's opinion that he should be found guilty of all charges, or do you agree that should not be found guilty of any charge? And do you agree with the two charges of transportation to engage in prostitution that was filed against Cassie and me against him? However, Suge Knight did state they should not throw the key at P. Diddy. However, I bet and would have believed that after today's verdict, if again Sean's Diddy Combs has become a very, very humbling individual. So we hope. Again, I would like to know, comment, subscribe, tell me your opinion of whether or not you think he should have been found guilty or not guilty of any charge, or whether the, again, transportation to engage in prostitution charge should even be been found guilty on. Especially due to the fact that him and Victoria had a consensual relationship for many years. The individual named Mia, who worked for him, I believe, for a length of time, testimony was also quite interesting. The fact that she stated, Mia now, that she was brainwashed and that she consistently needed him to give her kudos for whatever reason, is why she, according to her testimony, maintained a relationship with P. Diddy. So upon the testimonies, again, of Cassie Ventura and Mia, it appears that's what he was found guilty of, transportation to engage in prostitution. Again, do you agree, disagree, comment, subscribe? Bye, world.
Deposition, you could see him sitting at a trial and giving testimony.
Could you see him plead the fifth and say, I don't want to do anything to incriminate myself?
Well, at this point, the only time you could see the fifth being pled is when there is a real risk of criminal prosecution.
And that's not
so if it relates to these charges, no. If it relates to potential drug issues, stuff like that, yes, I could see that there would maybe be an argument, but you get a lot less rights as a defendant in a civil case than you do in a criminal.
Is the fact that besides drug trafficking, that some sort of elaborate drug network was used. So far, again, in this testimony, no criminal enterprise statute appears has been violated. However, we remain to listen to further testimony. Just take a listen.
Your career is over.
Knight has come up during trial at least 50 times. Another former assistant, David James, testified he once spotted Knight at Mel's Diner in Los Angeles and was then forced to accompany Combs, who he said was armed, to confront him.
If there's anything that suggesting that I was doing anything illegal, I'm going to say definitely not.
Knight, who spoke to us from a California prison where he's serving time for a fatal hit and run, expressed some sympathy for Combs.
I don't feel that they should take puppy and lock him up and throw away the key. I think he can do so much good right now. Him telling the truth about the industry.
Well, world, there you have it. According to Suge Knight, he says, according to news articles, when it's all said and done, how could everyone who's involved with Puffy not be on the stand? At some point, the law got to be blind. Well, let me know, public, what you think. Do you agree? I'd agree. However, despite public opinions, according to the defense, who acknowledges that Combs was violent with romantic partners, again, it has to be proven, again, whether the sex trafficking or RICO was in violation of. Again, let me know your comments. Check out other videos related to this issue and subscribe. Bye, world.